Hangout is live. Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to the Network Marketing Insider number 272 here today on this Wisdom Wednesday, July 13th, 2016. I'm really excited about today's show. It's going to be a really, I don't know, maybe an eye-opening show for you guys, I hope, today. Otherwise, it's always going to be some very good information. I want to say welcome to everybody. I'm Paul, hanging out here from Phoenix, Arizona here, again on this Wisdom Wednesday with the Network Marketing Insider number 272 by two cool IBOs, if you just happen to show up. And the other cool IBO just happens to be Mr. John Leister there on the other end of the window. How you doing there this morning, John?
I am doing fantastic, having a great morning, just getting settled into the office here. And I'm really excited, Paul, because it's been, I feel almost months since I've been on one of these awesome hangouts. You've been towing the line here, continuing to do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm just happy to finally be back live on here with you and see what you have in store for us on this Wisdom Wednesday.
Well, if you want to count me as towing the line, I definitely dropped the ball a few times in the past month and a half with traveling days and holidays and things like that. We've actually skipped a number of new op days over the past 6 weeks, so you haven't missed out on a whole lot of that. But it's been picking it up and moving along. We're actually, I think the last time you were here, we're still in the same chapter, so you haven't missed out. The one about answering all of the objections and whatnot. I think the last hangout you were on, we started talking about that. I just finished it yesterday, so or day before yesterday, I should say. But anyway, yeah. Obviously, I'm going to start out today like I usually do by asking you guys to think about something here. And what I want you to think about is, when you take the 24 hours that there are in a day and you subtract out all the time that you spend sleeping and all the time you spend working and all the time you spend commuting back and forth to work, and then all the time that you spend running around doing all those things that just got to get done in this life, at the end of the day, most people have like 1, maybe 2 hours for themselves to do the kind of things that they would like to do. And even if they had more time, it's quite likely they wouldn't have the money to do anything, which is why most of us sit around with the beer on the couch when we have those 2 hours watching the boob tube. But anyway, this is a way for you to own your life again. Remember the days when you used to own your life? This is a way for you to do that again by starting a home-based business that is so simple that anybody can do it, does not involve any selling, and the best part of all, it doesn't take very much of your time. So, you don't know anybody that'd be interested in something like that, would you? I didn't think so. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, probably you. You should contact us here at the not Financial Freedom Fighter. That's who I am. You should contact us at our website, wealthhouse@swiscoglobal.com, or John's got his website up there, if I'm not mistaken, as well too. Freedom for Life at swiscoglobal.com. That is correct, right, John?
That is correct. freedomforlife.swiscoglobal.com.
Yes. Wouldn't you like to have freedom for life, folks?
Whoever you like better, just go to their website and sign up under them. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. You like brown skin, you like white skin, you like dark hair, you like no hair. Hey, it's your call, whatever. you like bearded, you like unbearded. It makes no difference. We're good with that. So we don't play any favorites around here. So you like good looking or you like good looking? I mean, you got a choice. Whatever you want to do.
Sign up under good looking.
So today's subject matter here, it's time to make a shift, catch the wave. Basically, what are we talking about here? Time to make a shift and catch the wave. Basically, what I'm talking about here is, guys, there's no reason whatsoever that you shouldn't be making lots and lots of money. Now, do I mean tomorrow? No. I mean, nothing. There's no such thing as a get rich quick. You gotta pick something get started, do it, work. Yeah, there's going to be work involved. Everything involves a little bit of work, so you're not getting out of that. But this world has changed, guys, and there is so much opportunity out there to position yourself in something right now with having a tidal wave of money rolling your direction, and you can get yourself right in front of that and put yourself in a place where you can work hard for a couple of years, maybe a couple of months, whatever it turns out to be, whatever it is that you get into. I mean, things move so fast in today's world. Money can be made like that out there on certain things. A little bit slower on some, a little bit faster on others. There's things out there right now you can get involved with to be making money tomorrow. You can do something today and actually earn money tomorrow. That's how it is. And so there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting yourself involved with somebody. Well, I mean, you know what, let me change that. There is one reason. John, why don't you, I'm sure you got a little input on that. I'm going to write down the one reason why the people aren't doing this. Go ahead.
The one reason why people aren't taking action today, Paul? Because they can't get out of their own way. I'm curious to see what you say the one reason is, because I can think of multiple reasons why people aren't taking action.
You want to see the one reason?
Sure.
Here it is, right here.
You. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Your name here. That's right. It's right here. That's the only reason, right there. And when you missed a pretty good meeting last night at the group because everybody's out doing that landmark thing. And for you guys who what we're talking about right here, the you part, this landmark thing. It's one of those all about the you things, okay? It's all about getting all this crap out of your head and putting in some new crap, some good crap that you can actually use in today's world, because the old crap that's in there from the old world, it's garbage. It's worthless. It's outdated. It's like, I don't know what it's like, but it's no good.
No, that's awesome. I have seen a lot of posts about you wake up one day and you realize that there is no purpose to your life, and how that's a good thing. Actually, it's a great thing when you think about it from the point of view of the purpose is whatever you want your purpose to be, or whatever you determine your purpose is, and whatever you can feel good and motivated about. And it's about, like Paul said, clearing out all that old shit that's holding you back from actually taking actions, and do it today. Be who you want to be. Just start acting that way now. It's so funny to me. Okay, we're in real estate, Paul and I. That's our main business. And the other day I was at this house, and these people are selling us the property because it's in foreclosure and it's in a distressed situation. They don't have any money, the whole 9 yards. They have to sell this house. Now, you think to yourself, some people fall on hard times, had the money once, don't have it now. And then there's people that just don't take action on anything. I don't know how to, when I finish this story here, you might get the point of what I'm trying to say, is just because you're poor or broke doesn't mean you have to, if you're broke right now or lacking all the money you want, doesn't mean you have to live like you're broke. Like these people, they're losing their house to foreclosure and they have no money. But is that a reason why their house, in my opinion, is uninhabitable? Dirt everywhere, garbage everywhere, things falling apart that could easily be fixed by just doing it yourself, no money involved. So money's not an excuse of why this house is in such disrepair. Rotting food in the corners, garbage and clutter everywhere. These people want a different sort of a life, and they're looking at, okay, if we get out of this house and get a little money from the sale of this property, then everything will be different and will change. Well, what do you think is going to happen when they go to their new house after they leave this one? Do you think suddenly their life is going to be better, or are they going to end up turning that house into an uninhabitable dungeon? The point I'm trying to make is, if you want to be something, you don't wait till you're that to be taking the actions to be that. You need to take the actions now and live like you're that now. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. When you see such extreme different ways of life when you're in the kind of business Paul and I are in. Is that relatable in any way, Paul, or did I make no sense?
No, it's totally right. I mean, it's a great point, because that's all part of that. That's what you missed last night. In fact, was this video that Kevin showed on at the group, and it's all about, it was some Bob Proctor teaching, but it's all about seeing what you want, and envisioning what you want, and living what you want now, even though you don't have it. You might not have any money, but just like John's saying, that doesn't mean you have the right to live like a pig and expect to get money. If you want money, if you have no money and you want money, you need to start living right now like you do have money. That's kind of, I think, what the point John was trying to deliver right there is that you have to basically become what you want to be before you actually become it. Is that kind of where you were going with that, John?
Exactly. That's exactly good way to bring the point around.
I want to write that down. That was good.
Yeah, why don't you repeat that one more time so I can write it down as well?
You have to become what you want to be before I don't know what the hell I said right now.
No, I think well, that's the great thing. These are live, so even if we don't get it right now, we can go back later. But basically, the point is, you have to act as if you're the person you want to become, if you're ever to become that person. If you wait till, okay, once I have $1 million, then I'll clean up after myself. Once I have $1 million, then I can start living like I'm rich. I got to wait till I have all this money before I can have a nice house. Well, the truth is, I have a guy that works for my paint company, and I know what he makes. And by no means is he a rich man. I pay people a living, the market going rate for their particular trade. And quite frankly, I think when you go into his house, he has a nicer house than me. And I'm like, not trying to say I make so much more money than him, but I do probably make more money than this particular employee. But I go in his house, and his house, all I'm saying is he's not going, oh, I've got to be making $10,000 a month to have a nice house before I can afford something nice. He's taking what he can afford and living in it and treating it like a castle. That's the point I'm trying to make, is you've got to treat everything, like your home, like a castle, your body like a temple, your mind is the one gift that you're given, that all of the power and all the things you want in life are just a thought away from you.
Yeah, and it's I was going to actually relate that to one more sort of scenario that you sort of threw in there, but the other one was like saving money. It's like saving money is pretty much an impossible thing for people these days. I don't know why. It's in our mind not to do it. It's not that we can't do it. It's just in our mind not to do it because of the way that we've our economy has switched around, and we've become so accustomed to getting what we want right now, using credit, etc. All those things. There's no reason to save money for most people, but and then when you ask people, how come you don't have any savings? It's, well, I don't have enough money to save any money. I mean, to spend all my money on all the bills, etc. It's like, if I could just make an extra, $100 a month, then I could save some money. But in all reality, what happens is, people make that extra $100 a month, and they figure out a way to spend an extra $100 a month. So that whole thing of I don't have any money to save, so until I start earning X amount of dollars, then I'll save. If I don't care, if you think you don't have money right now to save, hey, I think you could probably pull $1 off of your paycheck every month and start saving it. Just getting into the habit of doing that, taking that dollar every month and putting it away somewhere where you're not going to touch it ever. You're never going to touch it. You're saving, okay? And just getting into that habit, before you know it, that dollar turns into, 6 months down the road, what is that dollar? It's 26 bucks. Big deal. But who knows? That's good. It's going to lead to something. Trust me. That's how the whole thing works. Is like John said, is you have to become what you want to become. You have to become what you want to be before you can ever
be what you want to become.
I had to try that one again.
You have to become what you want to be in order to be what you want to become. There you go. That's some good wisdom right there. That's a great point you make. I was actually this morning, I listened to, before the morning mentor call that we do with Jeff Fagan at 7. I don't know if you were on it or not. I was. I listened to Earl Nightingale's The Stranger's Secret. I love this thing. I probably listen to it over a dozen times a year, probably more. And I decided this morning that I was going to listen to that every morning for 30 days. Why? Here you go. He talks about a 30-day challenge. And for 30 days, if you can just think of in your mind what your goal is. And in this case, it could be, what is the person I want to become? So for myself personally, I'm like, well, I want to become a person that's calm, peaceful, level-headed, focused on my real estate business and growing my network marketing and my sphere of influence. I want to be healthy. I want to eat healthy. I want to exercise daily, and I want to have a savings account. Different like little things. It wraps up to be, my goal today was, that's funny, we're talking about this morning. My goal that I came up with today was just about not like any material thing, like, okay, my goal is I want to save up and buy a brand new car cash or buy a house. It was actually a goal about being what I imagine to be the person that I want to be in the future. Except I don't want to be that person in the future. I want to be that person today. I might not have the money that guy is going to have in the future. I might not have the house that guy is going to have in the future, but I can certainly think, act, and do things just like that guy will be thinking, acting, and doing in the future. But I don't have to wait till I have all that other shit is just shit, really. The house, the money, the cars. It's the habits, right? And so I bring up the Earl Nightingale thing because then Paul brings up the excuse about, I want to have money, but I'm not willing to save money. I don't have an extra $100 a month. But guess what? Your savings doesn't have to start with $100 a month. In fact, what Earl Nightingale suggests is you save just 10% of everything you earn. So if you only make $100 a month, figure out a way to save $10. And you know what? If you're working full time, as long as you're making $10 an hour, something like that, I know it's not a lot of money, but $10 an hour is $1,600 a month. After your taxes, you're taking home about $1,200. Okay, you can't save 10% of that. Think about, okay, that $120 a month I'm not saving. Where's it going? Chances are you have DirecTV, Cox Cable, or Dish Network. And I'm guaranteeing you it's more than $120 a month. So if you want to be rich and you can't even sacrifice television to start getting in the habit of save 10% of your monthly income, you're right. You're never going to be rich. You're always going to be broke. And you'll never take action because you'll always be stuck in that hole.
If you want things in your life to change, you have to change things in your life. And you know what? The number one thing is, it really comes down to is, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice? How badly do you really want it? How badly do you really want it? Because if you're not willing to give anything up, nothing's ever going to change for you. And then if nothing ever changes for you, then nothing will ever change for you. That's just the way it is. If you don't change something in your life, that, just like John said, television is the greatest thing that we can pick on, because it's the biggest waste of your time, biggest mind-numbing waste of your time that there is. Hey, you like watching movies, sports, whatever, you like a few shows here and there. I'm not saying it's not entertainment, but when it's your only thing that you do with your free time that I spoke about earlier, those 1 or 2 hours that you have, and that's all you ever do, that's just a mind-numbing waste of human flesh. So anyway, with that, We kind of got a little off topic here. I was really kind of directing this, going to direct this a little bit more towards the massive abundance of opportunity out there, and how you need to, sort of adopt a different mindset, a different way of thinking, a different way of looking at things, and start realizing how much potential opportunity there is out there, and start looking for it, and go and get after it, because it's there. And it's confusing stuff. It's different stuff. That's why it's confusing. But it's, you know what? It's freaking pretty damn easy, realistically. It might take a few little adaptations of developing a few little minor skills that you don't have right now. But it's freaking easy, guys. It's out there. It's everywhere. You can do it. You can do it. Your neighbor can do it. Your wife can do it. Your son and daughter can do it if they're over 18. I mean, it's just everywhere right now. This is the greatest time in history to get out there and change your life and make some money and become something that you, even prior to the crash, when you thought everything was so great, something that's like 20 times better than that. So anyway, with that, hey, John, you want to roll us up here?
You want me to try to do this in less than 10 minutes? Wow. The biggest takeaway for me, and I don't think we even really got off topic here about where Paul was saying where he wanted to take it with really pushing the idea of all this abundance of opportunity that's out there. You know what? Actually, everything we talked about prior to Paul mentioning that was the point of where he was hoping to direct this thing, is that everything we said leads up to the point. How are you going to even recognize all the abundant opportunities out there if you're trapped within yourself? If you're not thinking of what my biggest takeaway is you have to become the person you want to be before you can be the person you want to become. So are you someone that wants to take advantage of all the massive opportunities that are out there? Then don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Start just grasping onto any opportunity that makes sense and start taking action. Not saying you get scammed or taken or dump all your money into something half-cocked, but start going out there and noticing the amount of opportunity and abundance. And you know what? Quite frankly, this is a very different world prior to what it was in 2008. It's a very different world prior to what it was in 2001 with 9/11 and after the dot-com era crash in 1999. Every 10 years or so, the world goes through a major change. And you know what? The next change is already in the makes. It's already happening. The people that are going to benefit and prosper from it are the people that saw it coming 20 years ago. People saw it coming 10 years ago, 30 years ago, because, look, it's a cycle. Economically, kind of everything relates. It's a cycle. So here we are 10 years after the last crash. And yeah, there's more opportunities and abundance, an abundance of opportunities right now than there was during the last crash. And for most of us who have learned something since then, we're seeing even more opportunities now. And we can go on with, there's such a vacuum of leadership in this world and in this country. There's such a vacuum of people that are being left out, not being helped. And the whole idea of working from cradle to grave in order to receive that great pension, we all know that's gone out the window. But with all those changes and all those things stands solutions. And if you're the one with a solution to one of these major problems that the world is facing, think of all the opportunities you can create for not just yourself, but the people around you and other investors, jobs and effective people throughout the world by just looking for problems that need solving. And there's a lot of problems. So just in the amount of problems and bad shit that's out there is an abundance of opportunity. And that's looking for the silver lining in every cloud. So yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of takeaways from today's talk today, Paul. And so why don't you go ahead and you close out with the prayer so I stop babbling.
Oh, universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches given to me at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire. Guys, go out, make it a great Wisdom Wednesday, and we'll see you back here on Freedom Friday. We got to go because we got another show. So there you are. Have a great day. That's all you get.